Continuing. So, according to the inventors, the words are simply designed to focus the mind and distract the activity of the conscious mind, while the machine delved into the conscious reactions of the subject. After 20 minutes, the Russians downloaded a three-dimensional graph that showed the relationship of 10 different factors in Morris's life, including anxiety, health, family, father, and job. Morris found the analysis accurate, so much so that he asked it be kept confidential. Smirnov and Kovasovitz remarked that using the results of the analysis, they could choose the optimal strategy for treatment. Smirnov and Kovasovitz also talked about analyzing ethnic groups and even countries for problems and vulnerabilities, and then specifically targeting communications with subliminals to handle those problems or perhaps to exacerbate them. It says, according to researcher Schuchman, it's believed in Western intelligence circles that such a technique was applied to certain key Soviet units in Afghanistan. The open scientific literature certainly reveals a highly active research program in this area, and with morale low among the occupying troops, a device for encouraging and robust performance would have provided useful. Salaki would have proved useful. One former Soviet paratrooper sergeant confirmed as much to me in an interview in Minsk in February 1992. He said that before particularly in unpleasant missions such as a search and destroy operation, he and his colleagues were sometimes ordered into a dark room to watch swirling colored shapes projected on the screen and to listen to strange noises. In 1990, the device called a biomagnetic analytical system was patented, consisting of a helmet whose purpose is to minutely map magnetic fields in the brain or any other part of the body through fiber optics. According to the patent, the output signals are processed to provide a display or recording exhibiting the pattern or map of the magnetic fields resulting from emanations in the brain or other portions of the body. A current innovation in the interface between human beings and computers is the creation of a silicone computer chip that stimulates an individual's nerve cells without damaging it, with the capability of selectively triggering neuronal response. Designed by doctors Peter von Hertz and Alfred Stedt at the Max Planck Institute of Biochemistry in Munich, the silicone chip triggers neuron impulses and also receives them using neuron transistors that are able to translate those impulses. Theoretically, these computer chips would have had the capability of broadcasting whole complexes of perceptions and thoughts into the unwitting brain of the hardwired subject, of dumping whole simulations of reality in their minds. Bear with me for a second. Scripture came to mind. This is Isaiah 29, verse 15. I'm gonna start at 15. Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? That scripture brought to mind from Isaiah 29 to this is Psalms 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. Verse 2, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. Verse Laki, lifted up the head. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel, and that's those hitting ones, you know what I mean? Going back to Isaiah, you know, and you go into, these Luciferians, these anti, anti these devils basically, because they against Hamashiach, they antichrist. Anybody that come in opposing the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh are of the antichrist spirit. You know what I mean? when you come against these laws, statutes, and commandments, you're coming in an antichrist spirit. So I just wanted to get that, because, they'll break it down. They'll just call them the Illuminati or whatever. But, Illuminati just means to be enlightened. We are the real Illuminati, you know what I mean? Because we're enlightened to the word and the power behind all of this, Like I read in the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 22. Knowledge of wickedness is not true wisdom. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, they know, because don't get me wrong, they have knowledge, but knowledge of wickedness is going to bring them to their own destruction, though. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I'm trying to think of, it was a movie like that. I think Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I mean, he came up with that formula, but at the end, it was this destruction. You know what I'm saying? So it gave him power, but at the end of the day, to what cost? It destroyed him in the end. But let's see where I stopped at. I'm gonna skip past all this. It says in the future it will be possible to build more sophisticated intelligence amplifiers that will be eternal extensions of our brains. I had this book. It was talking about basically like, I can't remember the name of it, and I had brought it from the workhouse when I was locked up one time, because I was like, man, everybody reading everything else, they wasn't reading this shit, and it just basically went into what Esau, because it says that they don't see their houses ending, and they don't. You know what I mean? They keep on seeing themselves just building forever. The world steadily dying, but they gonna just keep on building. But they was talking about all this shit they was gonna do. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers said they gonna put amplifiers on your brain, make you more smart. And so many people so godless. You got, like, I think it was just somebody brought out, one of the brothers brought out how they did a poll, and it's more people that don't believe in a higher power than ever. So these people were right for the taking, and this is all planned by the elite, but ultimately you're planned by Yahweh, by Yeshua Yahushua. Because at the end of the day, like I told somebody in the group chat today, at the end of the day, all things, everything, man, woman, child, animal, the building structures, the vehicles, bend to the will of Yahweh Yahweh Shah. It says in the future it will be possible to build more sophisticated intelligence amplifiers that will be internal extensions of our brains. These ethnotronic devices will be significantly more powerful than present day computers, and may even be wired directly to the human brain for both input and output. They will amplify and strengthen all the intellectual abilities we now take for granted as compromising intelligent human activity. We may call such devices symbiotic minds. The venoms, symbiotic, because of the close interdependent relationship that will almost certainly exist between them and our own brains, and because they may make us to some degree bionic. Well, you're not no longer a human once you like start putting all that shit in, and it's amazing because people don't see it that way, they're gonna be turning into cyborgs right in your face. Oh my God, can you imagine this place? Oh. And to show you how fucked up I really was in the world, call hello Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua for opening my eyes to this truth. At one point in time, I'd have thought that was like, yeah, that's the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. Then when you think about it, like, man, what the fuck? Because at the end of the day, you gotta remember, if they could sit up there and watch you through a smart TV, what do you think they're gonna be able to do with this shit they're gonna put in your body to enhance you? All right. Intelligence application Salaki, intelligence amplification aside, my concern is that these sort of devices will be used. That's the spirit. He said, intelligence amplification aside, my concern is my concern is that these sort of devices will be used to delete mind brain functions that do not conform to the will of the mind control masters. And I got one last scripture and then I'm going to end this. Bear with me for a second. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou hast known that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. And that's this devil at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? Like, the same devil that fucking raped, robbed, and murdered, pretty much, I mean, I know through the spirit that the Native Americans are Israelites. I know through the spirit that the so-called Puerto Ricans or Ephraim are Israelites. I know that Judah, or the so-called Negro, is Israelites. We fit the curses. All them people fit the curses that's spoken of in the scriptures. Now, you got these dumbass, two-third ass niggas that still want to say, oh no, it's just these people. Just these, but at the end of the day, I know through the spirit. I believe through the spirit. At the end of the day, how are you going to go to the same man that has lied to all these people, that has turned these people against one another? You know what I'm saying? Just for all on this classism. He weaponized classism when you take the time to think about it. Because at the end of the day, you'll have a so-called Puerto Rican and a so-called Negro, both in poverty, but one thinks that the other one is lowlier than the other one. I literally I've heard motherfuckers say this. And the funny part, neither one of them like Esau. I mean, 2/3 do, but I mean, like, majority of the ones that's been the right spirit, they don't like Esau. My demon got a funny story about that. She called a Ephraimite a white girl one time. She was like, that Ephraimite's about to whoop her ass. Well, she's like, she thinking she gonna whoop her ass. She was like, bitch, don't call me no white girl. She got ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, why would you go seeking? That's just like when he cut that fucking welfare and cut the jobs and shit, and then y'all begging this motherfucker. That probably made his dick hard. You get what I'm saying? So just imagine when they really like cut this shit. Man. And with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory. Call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Wahab, Rahak, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth, peace, and blessings to the Akim around the four corners, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity. Shalom to the confused. Shalom to, I keep saying the confusion. I don't know why. Salaki for that. That's Shantan. Shantan. Ayan Gaira or Shantan. Let me repeat that. And with that, Shalom, give all praises, honor, and glory, call, hello, Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, peace and salutations to Akim around the four corners, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Shalom to the Aqua, the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing was an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. To you, I say Shalom. And with that, Lord willing, it was edifying. Adawan Ratazam, able to come with more lessons. And with that, Shalom, Shalom, and a Bible ball.